It was around that time of Christmas, and the next day would be Christmas, the biggest day of the year. Me and my friends had planned to go to Groove in South Africa. That's what we call going to a club. For your information, I'm a 26-year-old woman, and looking my best is a must. So I decided to go shopping. I had just found the perfect dress for the event. Exactly what I'd been hoping for. All that was left was to pay and make it mine. The cashier was happy, and so was I. In that moment, it felt like we both walked away satisfied. She kept counting the money over and over, while I kept thinking about how pretty I'd look in that dress. To get home, I had to take a taxi. As I made my way to the taxi rank, I noticed a blue car tailing me from behind. To be honest, it really creeped me out. But when I saw who was behind the steering wheel up close, and noticed the car he was driving, everything shifted. He offered me a ride, and I couldn't refuse. That man was breathtaking. As we drove, he confessed that he found me attractive and would love to take me out on a proper date. I needed to play hard to get, but just enough so he wouldn't think winning me over was simple. By the time we reached my neighborhood, I requested he drop me at the main road instead of my gate. After all, he was still a stranger. At least he had asked for my contact details. Later that evening, around 6 p.m., I was sitting in the living room, relaxing with my family. That was the moment I received a text from him. We were texting back and forth, and he kept convincing me to come see him until I eventually agreed. I couldn't believe my eyes when I reached his place. The house was unbelievably beautiful. The interior left me speechless. Everything looked so elegant and perfectly put together. I couldn't help wondering, how can a man who lives in a house like this not have a wife? When I asked him, he explained that he'd been focused on building a better life for himself. And now that he finally has everything he dreamed of, he believes it's the right time to find a wife. To ensure I felt comfortable, he allowed me to invite anyone of my choice. I selected my gay friend, who mentioned he lacked money for a bolt. He responded by offering to request the bolt on his behalf. My friend arrived, and soon we were dancing and having fun, while he kept giving us more drinks to keep the night alive. He then fried the meat, and we ate until we couldn't eat anymore. Out of nowhere, I felt the urge to use the toilet, and he quickly pointed me in the right direction. He told me that on the top floor I'd see 3 rooms, and the third one at the end of the hallway was the toilet. But with me being drunk and all, I opened the second door instead. What I saw inside made me sober instantly. I slammed the door shut and stumbled back against the wall, screaming. The windowless room glowed with a sick, dim light. Snakes covered every inch of the floor, and a tiny goblin-like creature sat in the middle, calmly sorting the piles of money scattered around it. He came rushing in, and I forced a lie out, saying the scream was because I nearly dropped my phone in the toilet. But inside, I was terrified for my life. Inside the toilet, I quickly texted my friend and told him what I'd seen. He replied telling me to calm down, act normal, and come out only when I was composed, so I wouldn't raise any suspicion. I cried, letting all the panic out, and stepped out composed. He was already waiting for me, as he said it was time for bed. We went upstairs, leaving my friend sleeping peacefully on the couch. I suppose he wasn't as disturbed as I was, since he didn't witness what I did. Even more terrifying, he had an entire collection of women's sleeping gowns, spanning every size imaginable. As we lay on the bed, I found myself silently praying for morning. Then he switched off the light, and the room became eerily like the one I had glimpsed before. He covered himself with the blanket, and I immediately felt cold. I slowly pulled the blanket up and my blood ran cold. A massive black snake was beneath it. Panicking, I bolted. I shook my friend awake, and together we sprinted away. Thankfully, when the bolt dropped him, the gate was still unlocked, giving us a clear escape. After burning the clothes and blocking him, one question lingered in my mind. Had he transformed into a snake? I never caught a glimpse of him while running downstairs.